Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us. What's up, Nihilist37, synthesized, Ized, and Mylogify. What's up, guys? How you doing? Yes, this is genuine cheetah. I skinned it in my own backyard. As many of you guys know, South Africa, we have cheetahs running around in our backyard. I'm joking. We don't. And this is definitely not genuine cheetah. I would never harm an endangered animal. Anyway, so yeah, I've been working on this track for a while. Took a little bit of a break from production and stuff while I was getting into the festive season and getting back into it. And I figured I kind of want to put some final touches on here. Had some ideas for what I want to add. So it might be interesting to kind of see how I take a kind of almost there project to slightly more almost there. And then I don't know if I'll end up mixing it in this session. I might end up spending too much time on sound design as usual. But yeah, let's just see where it goes. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, just let me know in the chat. And yeah, gonna have some fun working on this a little bit. Yeah, like I said, I've already jotted down a few ideas of things I want to tackle. One of the main things is I kind of want like a final synth section. I feel like what I have here is not quite there. I mean, it's nice, but it just doesn't have that like, it feels too samey throughout the whole track. It doesn't have like a transition to something like, I don't know, can't explain it. So it needs like a main ending kind of main lead synth thing over here, I think. Want to add a few more melodic elements here and there. I think it's a little bit too full on and a little bit not prog enough. But that being said, that's kind of the vibe I want to go for with this particular track. I do want to kind of transition from prog to full on with this track. So anyway, I think what might be cool is obviously Vital is the talk of the time. So let's see if we can make a cool kind of synth or sequence or something like that for this main section here. I actually paused it here so you guys don't know what this actually sounds like. But I kind of wanted to explain what I'm doing before that. So you guys can get an idea of exactly like, you know, what I'm talking about. It's kind of there, but I feel like it's a bit too wishy-washy. It's not quite final lead enough. You know, I think something more modulation-based and maybe less melodic-based, but with a couple of melodic flourishes here and there could be cool. Happy holidays, Stylebender Music and Jason Brody 303. Same to you guys. Hope you're having a fantastic festive season. Yeah, so let's see what Vital has to offer today. I'm actually going to save this because it's been running for a bit today and I haven't saved. Naughty me. I only want to add one Vital. So as some of you guys may or may not know, I did recently release a Vital preset pack. Quick plug over here. I'm not going to go through too much of the sounds in this video or this live stream. I kind of want to be a little bit more experimental, but just for a quick idea, there's 100 sounds here, nice leads, sequences, all sorts of stuff. This one in particular is one of my favorite for the kind of morning melodic stuff. Got that like classic full-on sound. Anyway, there's lots of that kind of stuff in here. You guys should definitely check it out. I did do a complete video with most of the sounds and stuff like that. Anyway, let's initialize this and we can create something here. I actually want to play you guys this segment just so you can kind of get an idea. I might end up using this MIDI or we might just use like a static MIDI kind of thing for this part. But I feel like there's kind of like too much going on. But I kind of want to like dumb it down, but also like focus on creating each of the sounds being a little bit more complex, like the sound itself. Okay, too much blabbering. Let's dive in here. Okay, I think also like in this section here, that like squelchy kind of thing, I think some of the parts are a little bit too squelchy. I think we can kind of cut those up and use those as more kind of gritty things with a, maybe we can make like a kind of main lead sound here and then, transition it, but by removing some of the notes and filling in those gaps with some of the kind of gritty type sounds that come in this section, if that makes sense. I find that's a really powerful composition tool to kind of like introduce a rhythm or something like that. And then when you transition into a different synth, some of the sounds or some of those rhythmic hits remain there, but the sound that then comes in replaces those which are removed, if that makes sense. So yeah, let's try something here. Like I said, I think it's this lead here, which I'm not too convinced by. How do you get those kind of 303 sounds? I have a Behringer TD3 and I can't get it to hit like that. Majestic Unicorn. One of the secrets of the 303 that's like, it's coming from software realm, it's different because often with software, when you turn resonance on full on a synth, it sounds horrendous. Like it creates distortion and all sorts of stuff. But something like the 303 only really starts to shine when the resonance is on full. Like with my TB303 on my desk, I've got, no, well, it's not the TB303. In fact, sorry, it's the Cyclone TT303. Literally 100% of the time, the resonance is on full. It's just sounds the best that way. There we go. Envelope, resonance, and distortion. Definitely distortion afterwards, but I believe the TD3, the Behringer TD3 has a distortion built in, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe try not use the Behringer distortion. Try run it out clean and apply some, other, if you have a distortion pedal or something like that, that could be good. or even just analog saturation. If you've got like some sort of preamp or something like that, try drive the inputs and turn down the outputs. Interesting stuff like that. Although I don't know, like I haven't used the Behringer TD3, so I can't say exactly how the distortion on that sounds, but just to play around with that. For me, the trick is the resonance being on full. Then it only really starts to bite. Okay, so try stay away from running a synth into your preamp and then software distortion on top of that, because often what happens is the conversion, analog to digital conversion, introduces a little bit of noise, and software distortion can then accentuate that noise after the fact. So I generally find if you're using stuff in the analog realm, try distort it in the analog realm as well. Otherwise, if you've got software, if sounds are being generated in software, then you can distort in software, if that makes sense. Something has happened. Something bad is going on and it's not responding. This is terrible. Oof, big oof. Oh well. Something to do with like minimizing Vital in Cubase. There's something broken about it because like every time you do it, it either like initializes a bunch of the like visual things, or for the first time now, it's just crashed. But apparently, there was no beta testers before myself on Cubase for Vital. There was one, but apparently he was using mainly Ableton at the time or something, so they didn't pick up that bug. But these things happen. I believe I have a backup here, which should save us some of the time. I said in Ableton, I didn't have any issues with Vital so far. Yeah, apparently it's only Cubase. It was only Cubase 10.5 and 11, something to do with the minimizing. So you actually have to do it via like the project. I was silly. I was just working too fast and just bombed it myself. Yeah, I think I've got a backup here that should have saved us some time. Okay, so no MIDI and no Vital, I think. Why is that? Okay, no, let me. Not that one. If I'm missing any questions, just at me in the chat. Also, Merry Christmas, Dash and chat. Raver DK, thank you very much, and same to you. First and last, who's smoking a J? Light one up. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth streaming. Oh no, what's happening? Probably just because the project is loading. Should be back up and running now. Okay, let's do this. Where were we? Okay, so that's at least bounced from before. Okay. I just need to do this whole thing over again. The FM thing kind of sounded cool and it was working, but I think it had too much of a kind of full-on vibe, which this track already has a lot of. So I'm starting to think maybe we should actually try something a little bit more melodic. We can still maybe recreate that FM sound that we have, or that we had, but let's maybe try create something maybe like, you know, sound design-wise a little bit simpler, but we can create like a main lead kind of MIDI or sequence for it. One of the cool things about one of the new additions in Cubase 11 is they've actually got this, it's like a scale helper for writing MIDIs. So I believe this track is in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 F sharp Phrygian. So if we punch in here F sharp Phrygian and go here, click this over here, it'll only show us notes that are in the scale. So we can, quickly write a melody that's going to be in key using that. So I think what I'm going to do is, just while we're writing the MIDI, I'm actually just going to put in this preset of mine from that pack I was talking about earlier. And we can write a MIDI with that preset and then just change the sound to fit the track that we're creating. Oh, sorry. Yes, the sound is off. Yeah, I see. Excuse me. That's one of the funny things that it does when you like minimize it and get back in. Then it like forgets which folder you were in and jumps back to like all of the presets. So for cycling through presets, a little bit of a nightmare in Cubase, but if you just leave this window open, it's not too bad. Game Boy Z says Santa didn't come this year, then Dash Glitch come instead. Yeah, it's not Santa, it's another fat bearded man. I gotta run to the bathroom quick. I'm gonna leave this on loop for a few seconds. I will see you guys shortly. Lil Davis, what did I get for Christmas this year? Good question. So I got myself a new Eurorack case, something slightly bigger so I can actually fit everything together in one go. I know, bad me, because now I've got space for more modules. But anyway, then usually what my girlfriend and I do is we kind of like pool our money together and then get something big that both of us can benefit from. And we got ourselves a pair of really nice sun lounges for our back porch, so we can, because Christmas time is summer here in South Africa. So yeah, we're going to be chilling outside on our sun lounges, taking it easy during summer. That's going to be some fun. Also, she got me this cool like canvas thing of like a deconstructed tape cassette, which is really cool. And also a shitload of chocolate from like everyone in my family. I'm a big chocolate fan. So chocolates in all shapes and sizes and nice food things. Why not DIY the case? I'll do a video on this one. It's like a solid steel case. Really, really nice. Something I could probably not have DIY'd myself. And also something, it was actually a local guy that produced it. Something that I found with the Eurorack stuff is when you DIY, you're going to be ordering the rails and the power supply from overseas. And when it hits here, they're going to add kind of like duties and stuff on top. So often it works out to just kind of get the case because, as some of you may know, I'm not the best at DIY anyway. But yeah, it works out to just kind of get a case. This case cost about the same as a little bit more than what I would have paid for like the materials. So really, really good. But yeah, let me know what you guys got. In the chat, let me know what you guys got. I'm keen to hear what everyone's celebrating with. Any synths or headphones, monitors, keyboards, anything like that. Be keen to hear what you guys got. What is this doing? Sounds like a woodpecker. It seems to have stuck with like a MIDI note, but I'm not sure which note it triggered. So I'm just going to go all of these. Let me actually turn the volume off so it doesn't kill you guys. Ah, that worked. It is. It's a little axolotl knocking on my brain. I think here what we can do is we can maybe like remove some of the hits in the sequence and like create like a variation on that. I do want to jump in and like recreate this sound here. Something slightly different, not the exact sound from the pack, obviously. But yeah, let's just carry on with the kind of MIDI thing that we were doing here. I think what could be cool is, let's first just change different color. What I usually do is like I'll jump in and just mute some of the notes, duplicate it, and then just like if you run the kind of mute cursor over, let's say for example some of these are muted like that, it kind of like inverts what's muted and what's not. I think I did mention this in a previous tutorial, but it's another way, a nice way of like creating these kind of builds in your composition. Ah, damn. Okay, well, here I need a chat anyway. So here what I'm going to do is duplicate this. And then we can go ahead and just remove all of these. Copy it again. And then if we select this clip and then just run like this cursor over all of them, it just like inverts what is playing and what's not, like I was explaining earlier. So now it should be like the previous section. And then the idea is I'm going to jump into Vital and actually change the preset up. So it's kind of like this juggling synth thing going on. Trollum. Do you mean this one over here? Thanks, Raver DK, by the way, for reminding me to save. Probably would have crashed again. Silly me. Do you mean this sound over here? That is it's audio that's been bounced out, but I believe it is. I'll show you now. I'll actually open a new Vital and show you the preset. It's a preset from the pack that I released recently. I believe it's Amoeba. It's a very simple patch. It's just a saw wave with a little bit of this stuff, but I don't think that's actually doing anything right now. I think that macros just apply stuff to that. I think I edited the saw wave a little bit to remove some of the like low frequency from it using this parameter over here. And then there's a filter on it, analog 12 dB low pass filter. And then effects wise, what's happening here is there's an envelope on this cutoff filter of the distortion, which is like pre the distortion. So you get that kind of like bite, almost like a 303 type of thing. Yeah, that's basically it. Well, what's text to wavetable? IZ is asking. Let me show you. So I'm just going to turn this oscillator down. It's basically, in my opinion, the best thing in Vital, because you can literally just type in any word and it'll like turn it into a kind of vocalized wavetable. So let's see, IZ. Let's see what happens. So if we assign an LFO to the wavetable position like this, and then set it to like a ramp, what's going to happen is it's going to cycle through each of the frames that it's created. So what I did is I basically, I like using it for just creating random textures and stuff. Like the random word popped into my head, aliens, because it's kind of like got to do with the theme of the track and stuff. So I just created the wavetable here and used it as an FM source for the first oscillator. You're not going to hear like the speech or anything like that, but like I said, just to create that kind of like texture. So let me just turn this volume back up again. And then what's happening is using this random parameter, this is like a note on random. So each time a new note is triggered, it's going to create a new, or it's going to move this to a new position in the wavetable. So essentially it's just creating a random shape to frequency modulate the first oscillator. Marco S. Dash, did you do your vocal samples in Mind Your Mind with Vital text to Wavetable? I wish Vital existed back then. That was actually done with my own voice and a microphone. I kind of just like processed it until it sounded like it was digital. But come to think of it, it does sound quite similar to how like the wavetable thing sounds in this. I believe I recorded the sample, dropped it into Serum, and turned it into a wavetable, and did very similarly to how like I processed it with the LFO and stuff like that. Huge fan of your music. Thank you very much. Thank you. If I'm missing anybody else's chats, just don't forget to at me. Marco S is also asking, is Vital Pro just $80? Yes, there's actually a free version as well, which doesn't have the text-to-speech. I believe Vital Pro gives you unlimited text-to-speech. And then there's a kind of like halfway mark, which is 5 text-to-speech per day. Is there any sound that you are still wondering how to make? Yeah, so much. For me, I just kind of like experiment until I figure it out. So, you know, when I come up with, like when I hear something new, then I'll kind of like try figure it out. But I guess there's still so much like unexplored territory, like with any creative stuff. Find that it works great, but the graphics is a lot of glitches, not the good kind. Yeah, I was also having a bit of an issue with the GUI, but I'm on Windows. So. But it's, yeah, the sound-wise and feature-wise and, you know, price-wise, it's definitely one of the best offerings that's come about of recently. Yeah, let's see where we are here. So I hope everyone is following like what I was doing with that patch. I don't think I was explaining it too much in detail. Lucas, I'm not going to pronounce that surname because I'm going to get it wrong. I got the CA2600 from seeing your video and been messing with it. Yeah, it's awesome, hey? I love it for just creating like spacey sounds. It reminds me a lot of like playing around with the Eurorack modular because you can do so many weird things, you know, out of the context of music that are just kind of more experimental and sound effects type of stuff. You know, a lot of the time, you know, when we're creating sounds within the bounds of general, like normal VSTs, we're often thinking on the grid and, you know, stuff like that. Whereas I like the way that kind of breaks that up, you know, breaks away from that kind of traditional music stuff. Great plug in, that one. Anyway. sounding great. I love that. That one in particular. I actually want to render both of these just in case something may happen. Always good to just keep audio. I'm probably going to like fiddle with them a bit more, but I'll keep the actual plugins open for now. Just render them, chop them, all sorts of stuff. Razor sharp clean. Yeah, it's crazy. Vital, like by default, I think the oversampling is 2, and I think Serum is 4. I might be wrong or have them opposite, but still sounds on par in my opinion. But yeah, I don't like to talk too much about what things sound like, because that's a grey area that can have mud flinging for days, and let's rather throw snowballs. Yeah. Damn, that's perfect. That's exactly much better than the previous one. Kind of sounds like that synth is the contact that we are making with extraterrestrial beings.
Intelligence. We are at the brink of actual contact with higher beings of intelligence.
I'm going to be right back. 1 second. I will play the whole track for you guys.
We are at the brink, 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 brink. We are at we are at the brink.
This is not working as expected. Okay, I'm just going to do it on the channel. I'm not going to do offline processing. I don't know what's happened. Maybe they broke it in Cubase 11, or maybe it works differently. But let me just put a reverb on here. I think that'll be easier. I'm taking the hat off. It's getting hot. Sorry, guys.
We are at the brink, 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 We are at the brink, 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 brink.
with higher beings of intelligence.
We are at the brink, 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 brink.
That sounds decent. Nice little downlifter type thing. Sorry if I'm not following the chat, anybody. If you do want to ask a question, just you can @me. Then I'll see it instantly.
We are at the brink, 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 brink,
Hugh McPeak saying, I'd love to see the spectrum analysis on the stereo. Any problem? Yes, I will play it for you. I need to run to the bathroom real quick, so I will let it play while the stereo is going. Put those hats through analog heat. Do you mean the electron thingamajig? Unfortunately, you don't have the electron thingamajig. Goose bump, duck and pump. What are the LFOs on the right of vital modulating? I don't think the LFOs are doing anything in this patch in particular. The envelope is just doing a bit of a filter pluck of the filter. Very simple saw patch with a chord being modulated here. I actually want to possibly remove the modifier and then turn the scale assistant back on so I can punch in some chords that'll hopefully work here. Okay, so it's telling me these are out of key. Let's try that. Why does that sound so wrong? Let me try natural minor. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong here. The thing is that F sharp minor should work in a Phrygian scale, unless I'm being silly. Invert the fifth. Let me just hear this quick. Why is there no B flat in the scale? That's so weird. Or this one. No, I'm doing something totally wrong here. Let me reverse what I did and try to figure out what the fuck I did wrong here. So -6, okay. Oh, it's A, not B flat. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Now it works. Oh my god. Raphael is saying petition to add text to wave to faceplant. You can just create a folder shortcut in your wavetable directory, and when you create a vital wavetable, it'll pop up in faceplant. So faceplant allows you to put in like folder shortcuts, and it picks those up, which is pretty cool. Hugh McPeak is saying the hanging note seems to cut more backtracking a little. Maybe open the chord, drop middle note out wide. I don't follow. You're a little bit over my head there. By hanging note, do you mean this guy? Should I maybe change this down to an A, do you think? Let's see. I kind of like how it's working. The A sharp. It's like wouldn't then be in key.
We are at the brink. We are. We are at the brink.
I need to get a breath of fresh air. It's incredibly hot in the studio with all the machines on here. Maybe I'll just take a bathroom break quick as well, and I'll let this track play for you guys. See you shortly. Let me know if you have any questions. Just don't forget to @ me, because then I see it much easier. What's up, Alexander? Alexander, thanks for joining the stream, and everybody else as well for joining. Yeah, see you guys shortly.
contact with higher beings of intelligence.
Cool. I reckon I will do another 20 minutes or so and then call it a day. So if you have any questions or anything, just let me know. At me in the chat and I will hopefully see them and then respond. So I think a couple of other things that I jotted down that I want to do here is I want to fix up like the flow of this kind of like intro part here. I think that new kind of chordy thing we made is pretty cool. We can slot that in somehow. But I maybe also want to make one or two little like new effects sounds, which I think could be a bit more like interesting in the intro part. So yeah, let's dive in there. Is it finished, the track? No, I don't think so. Or do you mean the stream? I think it just kind of needs like a few more sounds here in the intro and then a decent mix and then it should be finished, I think. But yeah, let's see what it has to offer here. I still want to like maybe do an extra bar of this to fade out with those chords and stuff.
Instrumental.
So if you guys didn't catch what I was doing with Vital there, I was using the last LFO to kind of create a sequence to flip-flop between those two LFOs. So I think you can do this in Serum. It's quite a mission to set up though, because with each modulation in Serum, you've got that kind of like sidechain input. So you have to like invert some of them and invert some of them and not invert some of them. So it gets a bit complicated. But the cool thing with Vital is it's all very visual. So you just like drag it on, turn it into minus, etc., etc. So this LFO is basically controlling whether this one is sending to the gate or this one. So that's how it creates that kind of like gating effect. You can do this with a macro as well, which is pretty cool, or you can do this with randomization as well. Various ways you can achieve this. So once you've kind of set it up like this, you can just change these LFO5 here, these two, you can just change those to like random or something like that. So I think that's what we can do here. What we can, okay, I bounced it now. Now we can create like another variation of it here afterwards. So we can try with a random as well. Let's swap these LFO5s over to random 1, LFO5, random 1. And let's set this to a sample and hold on a 1/16. Let's see how this goes. So what we can do to make it more like apparent when those gates are actually happening, we can change this of these randomize, like we can set this mod remap to like 50-50 by doing something like this. So when a random modulation is anywhere in between 0, let's say anywhere in between 1 and 99, it's going to pick the closest value and either do 1 or 100, if that makes sense. So it's basically on or off.
intelligence.
Awesome. I'm liking where this is going. I reckon I'm going to call it a day. Let me just see if there's any comments, any questions here. You use a lot of Vital. Is it that great, or are you experimenting, or both? It is that great. It is, definitely. I would go as far as to say it's one of the best value for money plugins you can buy, even if you go for the Pro version. You get unlimited text to wavetable, and if you're making Psytrance, text to wavetable is the thing. So very, very cool. Very cool tool. It's nice for also just injecting like some theme, like into your track, for example, a lot of these vocals, the actual sample itself wasn't very clean, and when I wanted to like manipulate it and stuff, it started to get like really distorted in that using the original sample. So being able to recreate the exact words at any kind of speed and stretch them and do all sorts of kind of stuff on a spectral level, and then kind of process it with distortions and that, it just came out kind of much cleaner, if that makes sense. So like if you listen to the track, what I'll do is I'll let it loop a few times. Once I've kind of ended the stream, I'll just let it kind of loop and play out. You'll notice there's some speech or vocal things in here which have that kind of like almost radio kind of effect. They sound like definitely like samples, but then any of the kind of stuff which is processed was I basically punched in the words from the sample and just recreated it. So yeah, just having that text-to-speech thing, very, very handy. So yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day. Thank you everybody who joined in. Hope you all had a fantastic festive season. And yeah, if I don't see you guys again, have a really good New Year's celebration. Stay safe. Will you be doing one more of these streams? Is it a regular thing? Well, I'm kind of trying to take a bit of a holiday. So I'm kind of trying to not do too much stuff. But I mean, you know, I was kind of bored today. Been doing a lot of stuff last few weeks. So yeah, I figured I would do a little Christmas stream for you guys. Anyway, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will see you soon. I'm going to let it play a few times for those who want to listen. Thanks for tuning in.
higher beings of intelligence.